And we're live.
Hello! Welcome to the Mercenaries of Mischief. It is Sunday night, which means it is game time. I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck, and I am joined today by a split party, which I will now introduce in no particular order. Wanderer of the Wastes, a man who has long since forgotten his own name, Mr. Koshano the Quick.
I remember my own name. You just don't.
I definitely maybe do. It's on one of these papers. Okay. Also joining us today, a man of some disturbing hobbies, Mr. Radan. Who we should not judge him for.
I
want to make it perfectly clear.
No, I'm judging. Hey, as long as we accomplish the mission.
Part-time bear and full-time cleric of Salune, Miss Gilberta fucking not.
Gilberta was here more than Gilberta last week.
Yeah, it's part-time bear. I mean, it's you went to some deep character work.
I did.
And of course, last but not least, Lilith Singer, of fiery personality and occasionally temper. That's fair. When last we left our heroes, Radan, Lilith, and Gilberta were they were living their life at the Avalon Knights Academy as freshmen instructors, going about their day, doing the things that they normally do, and they were sent on a perfectly mundane mission with fellow instructor Mr. Moldavos Blackwin. Everything
nothing weird about anything at all.
No, nothing weird at all. And I mean, they wiped out some cultists, got rid of some mercenaries, and they came across this hat, which triggered something in all of them except for Moldavos. And then we also checked in with Koshano, who is in a desolate, swirling waste with his own Moldavos, a young fellow who is learning as a wizard at Candle Keep and has no idea how he arrived here. And he is being escorted at sword point by a very upset Koshano Quick to this darkened pyramid, this structure deep in the desert. And that's where we start our story today. They have walked together in this desolate place for quite some time now, and Koshano has let Mr. Moldavos know all of the horrible things that he has done. And as they continue walking, he's definitely shaken by all these things that you have said. And he continues to move forward. And then he says to himself, well, he's trying to address you, and do you have any idea what this is?
What is?
This place.
So I assumed this has something to do with you. How long have you been here?
It's been a while. I can't recall a length of time. I can remember a time when I wasn't here, but I can't suss out exactly how long I have been here. I don't recall doing any of the things that you say that I have done, but from the sounds of it, this is also a different version of me? Or maybe a version of me that will be.
Tell me again, precisely, What is the last thing you remember before being in this place?
The last thing I remember is studying at Candle Keep.
Have you,
Then I heard there were some people arriving. And that's the last thing I remember.
what sort of people?
A group of adventurers.
Do you recall what organization they were with?
I never got to see. I went down to go see them because it was a life I was interested in. But then that's the last thing I remember.
I'm put away my sword. Turn around.
Yes.
What's the first thing you remember after arriving here?
I remember wandering. I remember seeing the building. I remember an incredible feeling of fear and dread. So I couldn't bring myself to see what was inside.
Does the building look familiar to me?
No, you can see the structure in the distance. It definitely looks foreboding. It looks like a pyramid deep in the distance.
So okay. It doesn't look like the Citadel.
No.
Are we getting closer to it as we're walking? Or is it still just as far away as it always was?
Take a perception check.
Oh shit, I didn't even...
It's okay,
I didn't
take
even
your time.
open up roll 20.
Take your time.
I didn't know it'd be... All right.
He just continues to think about it. He's like, I don't know what this place is, but it does fill me with a bit of dread.
You said perception, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will perceive.
The things you are describing,
I will not perceive shit.
you don't perceive it very well.
So I can't tell whether or not we're getting closer.
No, it's difficult to say because this place, it's not quite full sandstorm levels, but it's just constantly like blowing this debris around. It's almost impossible to see clearly in any direction.
Also, you've apparently been walking backwards potentially.
Yes. Well, shit.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Have you, in all your wanderings around this place, ever just by chance gotten closer to or further away from that building, or does it always seem like it's about as far as that?
Not since the first time I encountered it. Although I don't think I wanted to go any closer.
But does it ever get further away if you walk away from it?
I don't know.
I start looking around.
The things that you described, they sound like they occur in the future. But I don't think I've traveled through time. I didn't notice any kind of magical dilation as described in the notes by Fizzbang Wazzlepot.
I'm sorry. Oh, you know this wizard?
No, but I studied his notes, Candle Keep. He talked of a time dilation that he went to a different era. But I'm not seeing any of those signs here.
There's one commonality. Sit down.
Of course. And he sits down.
stay there for a second.
All right.
I'm going to look around. Does the scenery seem to have changed? Or does it seem about the same as...
It all seems about the same. There is one other thing.
What?
That was the first time I ever saw the shadows attack.
Just now, when I arrived?
Yes. They've always watched me, stayed close, but they've never come for me.
Okay. All right. This is...
Did you have a way to stop me?
I kind of turn towards him slowly. Theoretically. Why do you ask?
Because I think we need to stop me. Or I think the two of us need to stop whatever version of myself is doing these things. I think that's something that we have to do here.
I know this story. I've heard this story 100 times. Just never from this side.
What story? I'm sorry, I mostly read nonfiction.
This isn't the story you read, Black One. It's the story that someone lives. And then tells about. But you never hear it from this side. You always hear it from that side. Black One, you need to understand something. There's gods. And there's power of other sorts, of different entities. There were things before the gods. There are things before the weave. But there was nothing before the beginning of the story. Blackwind. The fabric of the weave is one thing. The fabric of the fates, that's a story. If we want to get out of here, we need to recognize this story isn't about me, Blackwind. The story's about you.
I think I understand.
I need to know more about you if I'm to figure out how we get out of here. So I'm going to sit down across from him. Tell me about your childhood.
All right. I'm the black sheep of my family. As I told you earlier, I was supposed to enter the mining and smithing business of my family, but I did not. I was taught that a man should not display emotions, that he should always do what is necessary to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and that you should honor your traditions, but I turned my back on my family's traditions in favor of something else. I dare say I lived a bit of a privileged life leading up to this point. But it's strange. The person you describe, I know that I am not him, but I know that I could be.
What did you do with your privilege? When you left your family, what became of them? They go on.
They went on for a while. Eventually, my brother took over. He was not as clever and ended up bankrupting the company.
And the last thing you remember, Candlekeep.
Yeah.
You didn't happen to see any insignia of these people. I know you didn't see them, but when people were talking about them in advance, this party that was coming.
Well, there was a lot of hubbub about them.
I'm going to pull my cape around. Does this look familiar to you? Show him the AKA insignia.
Oh, I'm familiar with it. They're new. Just starting out. But there's no A. There's no extra A. It's just AK.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But
let me fill in the blanks here. And then I'm going to begin to tell him the best approximation I can make of the story of what happens between when he remembers and when I kind of started the story of him taking the Shadow Dragon.
all right. You tell him that story, and as you've finished telling the story, you notice that the two of you are sitting outside of that pyramid.
So, how confident are you knowing what might be? Knowing what you might become, how confident are you that you can avoid it if given the opportunity?
I don't think that I can. I think the time has already passed. Sir, I think we are within it. Whatever this is, whatever I've become. And I am a part of, I'm what I was before. Because as we grow and as we live our lives, we become different versions of ourselves. The version that exists when you are born is not the version that exists in present day. And you may go through multiple versions of yourself.
Do you feel as if you can leave this place as you are?
I don't know. But I think I might have some small measure of control over it.
Over this?
Yes. And he kind of looks around a bit, and the swirling dust storm begins to settle.
All right.
There's... I think I understand why I'm afraid. Because the version of me that you described, I think he's in there.
You know, I'd wondered why Kellenvor wouldn't choose a paladin for this. I'm not here to kill the monster, Maladavos. You are. This is your monster to kill. I'm just here to back you up and tell the story.
Will you come with me to go inside?
If I don't see it, I can't quite sing about it, can I?
I suppose you're right. I don't know if I have the fortitude to go alone.
Just a ballpark. If you were to rate yourself on a level from 1 to 20, how good of a wizard would you say you are?
I'm not going to answer that.
But how many spells can you fire off in a day before you get pooped out?
He's probably like equivalent to like a level 3 or 4 wizard right now.
Okay.
And so the two of you walk up to this thing, and it appears to be, now that you get closer to it, what in the distance seemed like a solid stone structure. Now that you get close to it, looks like it is made out of this oily, blackened flesh. And it kind of moves and undulates a little bit as you approach it. And an opening begins to appear.
All right.
I guess it's time to face our demons. Or mine.
He's not armed, is he?
No, he's just got his spell book and his staff.
I guess I'll give him a dagger.
Did
I only got one sword.
You had a way to defeat me, right?
I did.
What was it?
I kind of just like look at the empty spot on my belt where it would be. It was a sword of obsidian, cast God knows when with vampiric powers, and then touched by Kellenvor, given more powers.
Maybe I'm keeping it in here, away from you. Let's see if we can find it.
Sounds like something you do. Yeah. I'll give him a dagger.
He's struggling with how to describe things, and he's just kind of like, this is all very heavy on him.
Yeah.
He takes the dagger, and you can tell he's probably never held a bladed weapon in his life.
Yeah. Pointy side out.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
I have animated spectral swords before, and I know roughly how those work. I imagine this is much of the same principles.
No, this one you have to keep your hand on it.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
And then you guys step inside, and this place closes up around you. Meanwhile,
Dirty.
dirt.
With my new and improved
Hat?
Yep. with the little fucking stupid shit Koshano does, where it sticks out to the fucking side because he's a fucking weirdo.
This is enjoyable. I love it.
Okay, wait. So I could not remember why I initially put the hat like this, and then yesterday last night I was building a Koshano in Hero Forge just for shits and giggles, and I realized the bard hat is this shape, and that's totally why I did it.
All right, then.
Mystery solved.
Yeah.
Mystery solved.
Well, it's now
44 episodes later.
it's now my hat is more accurate to what Gilbetta's wearing.
It's
What she
beautiful.
would have found in this box.
So now that you guys have all found this in the box, the mystery still hangs heavy over all of you. And well, that was just like, this is very strange. And he's kind of like touching the hat over and over again to see if anything will happen.
And Gilbetta's like, kind of like, because she's still wearing it. And
Yeah,
he's just
like while it's on your head.
Yeah, and she's just kind of like, okay, all right, calm down.
I apologize. I want to know.
Yeah. So we know that we know that we knew some guy named Koshano, right? Like that's.
You got a flash of it. The name. Yeah. You got the name and a flash of it, but you don't know for certain. These
so
feel like
basically I have a picture of him and his name, and
they feel like your memories, but also someone else's at the same time.
Okay. But nothing concrete, nothing like.
Yeah.
All right.
Right now, it's just kind of a feeling of, okay, what is this? I feel like I know this person, but I don't know how or where or why.
I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to detect magic on the hat.
Okay.
See if I can figure out the school of magic and figure out like, is this some kind of like, see if I can figure out if there's some kind of enchantment that's supposed to make us remember things that we didn't actually live, or like what is this?
All right. So you fire off that detect magic.
Yep. And I will ritual cast it also.
This hat is not magical, which even deepens your mystery.
Yeah, it really does. It really, really does. I'll share that with everyone.
Not magical.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why would they have that here?
You must not have cast it correctly.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to shut down your character in any way. That doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't make sense. But that's...
Well...
I sat here for...
We should analyze this more. Perhaps back at the keep where we have proper facilities. For now, I believe there is a holding area.
Yeah.
Somewhere down here, maybe we can find something else.
Yeah, Gilbetta's going to investigate this floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Redan and ask, do you think you can have your crow friend observe what's going on the top floor through the opening?
I can ask. I will turn to, what was his name? Crawford or something?
Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford.
Thank you.
And your volume's a little low, actually. Weird.
All right. I just cranked that sucker.
Okay. Whoa.
Great.
All right.
So Crawford's going up.
Crawford goes up, take a look around, and Valdavos kind of moves over here and opens up one of these doors and goes inside.
Well, it's gonna be like, oh, you know what we forgot? To interrogate that Dragonborn before he died.
Oh dear.
He was a little busy drowning, which, by the way...
It's okay, I interrogated him. He said, gurgle, gurgle.
Can we maybe not... not? Can we just not? I mean, killing's one thing for the sake of defense and things like that, but I mean, we're fairly new to the academy. I feel like we don't want word getting out that a bunch of new professors drowned a couple of people slowly.
Who would tell them that other than us? It was
Redan.
an effective way to kill him.
Redan, how about this? Quick death's here, but I do have a certain someone I would love for you to torture later.
I am not interested
That's
in
weird,
torturing
but
someone.
yes.
Look, this isn't what I'm about. It was just a need, like...
I feel like if you're going to give anyone shit, you should give shit to her for saying that.
There's going to be questions. I have follow-up questions, but like, for now, the more immediate concern, maybe we just kill them a little quicker if we have to kill them.
So, Gilbetta, if you go into that room with Moldavos, you notice that there are a number of different crates, and there's also a desk with a bit of paperwork and everything kind of splayed out on it. And Moldavos is poring over it.
Yep.
He says, I see now. They are moving eggs up north where they've opened a portal to the Shadowfell. They're placing the eggs inside to hatch them in there to create a legion of shadow dragons.
That seems bad.
That most definitely.
I think we can all agree Shadow Dragon's bad. Yes.
Yes.
And she looks at Redan like, you're muted.
I have no frame of reference on this. I can't say.
Okay.
I do want to go back and go ahead.
You're pretty quick to jump on this whole good and bad thing.
I mean, there's good, there's evil. It's
We can talk about this
a
later.
pretty two-sided issue.
Wait, so you went through the door to get to this room, right?
Yeah, we're in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then over here on the upper left is the stairs to upstairs, I'm assuming.
Yeah. That one actually goes down, and this one over here goes up.
Yeah.
If I can ping on here.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking we finish this room and then kind of
do a clean sweep. I do want to give a friendly reminder. 2 more cultists left, possibly 4 or 5 of those hunters, whatever they are. Gosh, they're weak. Feels bad killing them. Gonna try to see if I can get rid of them.
So, Jabetta, do a perception check.
Okay.
Actually, do an insight check.
Okay.
Because you're in the room with him.
That's a natural 20 for you. So that's
Nice.
28.
She's super insightful.
Mal is shook. He's shook real bad.
I'm gonna kind of like, what? Hey, what's this? What's happening here?
I'm having the oddest feeling that I've been here before.
Like bad? Like, describe that. Like a bad feeling, or
Like, enter the room across the hall. Open up the crate with the blue insignia on it. In the bottom, there is a book. Inside that book is a number of ancient magics. Please check. I will stay here.
I in earshot to hear that.
I'm gonna grab him. And like, I'm not letting him out of my sight.
Okay.
I would just want to be near the stairs while they're having the conversation just to make sure no one's walking down.
Yeah, I'm watching with Lilith.
Okay.
Oh, there's 2 stairs. All right, if you're going to take care of that stairs, then I'll keep an eye on this stairs then.
I'm going to do it, but I'm like dragging him.
Okay. You're dragging him along.
Like,
All right.
not quite at knife point yet. But I'm like, why would you know that? I don't like that.
All right. You go inside. There is a crate with a blue insignia on it.
What's the blue insignia say?
The blue insignia, you're not familiar with it.
What does it? What does it look like?
It looks like a so there's a line going down that has an arrow on it, a line going to the right that has an arrow on the right side, and then the 2 insignias intertwine into a bunch of swirls, and there's a few dots. It almost looks like a sigil of some kind.
So there's no like letters or anything.
No,
like that. It's just-
no letters that like this is the logo for such and such shipping company or anything like that.
But it's exactly where he said it would be.
If you open up the crate and take a look,
Yeah.
it is. And as you pull it out, he actually starts to shake a little bit, and he leans back up against the wall.
Yeah, I'm basically like holding him up against the wall at this point. How did you know this was here? How is this possible?
I feel like I've been here before.
There's no way this is a coincidence. You were studying ancient magics in the cart ride on the way here. And I've got him like
Pinned up against the wall.
Yeah.
He says, Do you remember what happened 2 weeks ago?
Do I?
At first it seems laughable to even ask you that. Like, of course.
Yeah.
And then he presses you on, and he's like, Do you remember what you had for breakfast 2 weeks ago, or what you did? Anything specific?
I feel like I probably don't.
No, you don't. You feel like you should, but you go to grab those memories and you realize there's nothing there.
That's swimming. Sorry.
I feel like Jobetta's immediate thing would be to try to go back further. Like, go back 3 weeks, go back a month.
You go back 3 weeks, you go back a month, and you go back over a month, and there's nothing there. You have distant past memories, and you have memories of very recent, like the last week, but it feels like there's nothing in between. Life is made of little moments, and it seems like all your little moments are missing.
What if I try to think of the guy with the hat?
The guy with the hat?
The Koshano guy with the,
Well, I mean, you can think about him. But
does that do anything, or?
No, it's not pulling anything up for you.
I'm gonna. Hey, Redan. Do you remember? He probably doesn't remember. Hey, Lilith.
Oh, I need to walk then. Yes.
Lilith, do you? I mean, I know you're drunk a lot, but do you remember anything specific from, like, I don't know, a month ago?
Drunk? I don't think you've even seen me drunk once, woman.
Answer the fucking question, please.
A month ago?
Same thing to you, Redan.
Was I at the academy at the time, or was I still working with Spoonie at the other place?
You don't remember.
Oh, maybe I did black out more than I thought.
What about you, Redan?
I remember everything about my life.
So, what'd you have for breakfast 4 weeks ago?
Turtle eggs.
All right, well, he's not affected. Whatever. Lilith, I can't remember anything either. And by the way, I still have Madavos pinned up against the wall. I feel like I should point that
out.
Oh, okay, that's totally different.
Him against the wall? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Jabetta?
I'm not letting him go. Are you kidding me?
He's gone quite pale at this point.
Is this really the time for this?
It might be, considering none of us, well, except for the big one, I don't have memories from a month ago, and he knew exactly where an ancient magic book would be in this room. Why did you ask me what I remember? What?
And then after he says that, you guys hear upstairs, "Hey, what's going on down there? Nobody's reported in."
Shit. I walk away and be like,
And 3 more half-dragons make their way downstairs.
Those mercenaries can't count. They said 2. No, wait, they're half-dragons, not cultists.
I will lean Maldavos in, and I will say, I'm going to let you go because this is probably about to be a fight. But run or do anything against us, and I swear by the hand of Salune that I will strike you down. And then I'll let him go.
He says, wait, let me.
Do what?
Let me fight them. I don't think they can hurt me.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of like gets you guys to all stay back, and he goes up to them, and they've all got weapons drawn. And
Mind
they're
you, I'm still looking like their leader.
yeah, yeah. They're glancing over at you and then looking at him, and he arms spread wide in front of them, and none of them will move to attack him.
I hear nothing.
Hold on, he's doing a thing.
Okay.
And then he moves to put his hand through one. Like he's going out to touch it, and his hand goes through it, and all three of them disappear.
I need to learn that trick.
I feel like that wasn't some sort of parlor trick.
That's an illusion?
That's not a trick that I know.
How did you know you could do how did you know you could do that?
It was an experiment.
Do it to me.
But you had a feeling. You said you didn't think they could hurt you. What made you think that?
Because I don't think any of this is real.
Oh my
Bloody
god,
hell.
am I real?
And he touches Radan and he says, "You are real."
Oh,
He's like, "Oh god, that's a relief."
Okay.
I was really scared for a minute there.
But we could touch them. Why?
Because we believed it was real.
I'm gonna start trying to put my hands through boxes and shit, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Do you believe they're real or not?
No. I'm gonna be like, okay, then this box isn't really here, and go like this.
And the box disappears.
Whoa! Radan, you can do it too!
I tried doing it to myself.
Oh.
No, you're
And
real.
I wholeheartedly believe I'm not real.
Time collapses. TPK. Game's over. Thanks, fans. Show's over.
Everyone's around you is just like, no, you're real.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Radan
but it
about
says,
Crawford.
okay, so none of this is real. I'm running upstairs.
What about Crawford?
Or wait, no, stairs are here.
Did Crawford never return?
Crawford's
Crawford's
hasn't
not
returned.
real, bitch.
Sell that to Radan. Say it.
So I've been talking to myself this whole time.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's not
then.
surprising.
And as you guys start to go upstairs, like everything starts to fade away until you guys find yourselves back at the academy. But no one else is there. It's just you guys.
No one's here? Like, no goblins working? No...
Nobody. Just you guys and Moldavos.
Spoonie.
I
run over to wherever I last saw Spoonie. Because, sorry, it's a little thing.
Oh, yeah, no, go for it. You go into the tavern. He's not there.
I'm guessing it's super empty, too.
Oh, yeah, everything is empty. Everyone is gone.
Okay, I'm like, so is this real?
I don't know.
And Jobetta's gonna say, I feel like it's not, and then run full force towards them into the mage tower. Like not into the door, into the wall. Like
Okay, I'm kind of getting the gist of what's happening, but since I'm in the tavern,
Okay.
can I try to make the alcohol real for me?
You want to believe in it, so yeah, it's drinkable, and you.
Oh, thank gosh. Thank goodness.
I'm gonna close my eyes and fully believe there's a pink bunny with sharp fangs about to attack Lilith.
this is
In my brain.
devolving quickly.
So what? I step out of the tavern, I see a pink fuzzy bunny.
You do not.
God damn it.
Ha, ha,
Okay,
ha.
what happens if I smack into the mage tower that I don't think is really there?
You go up to it, and you. It seems solid, but it also feels soft.
What? All right, where's the mage tower? Oh, in front of us.
I'm gonna try to get everyone else to. I'm gonna try to like point that out and be like, tell them and be like, okay, none of this is here, but touch it, and then like try to get them to feel that same thing.
If none of this is here, then where are we?
We're trapped in some illusion.
Trapped in an illusion, trapped in our minds.
You're a wizard.
Spell.
How do we get out of illusion spell?
Okay, this isn't like normal everyday magical stuff. So, give me a minute.
Don't you have any dispel magic on you?
I'm trying to sort this out. Okay, so I'm the only one who didn't receive anything from the hat.
Yes.
Wait, is the hat real? Not illusion.
Well, maybe the hat is.
I go like this. Joe immediately goes like this.
The hat is still there. The hat is still there.
I want to put my hand on the hat too, just to double check and be like, flipping the rim of the hat.
The hat is there. Maybe the reason that you could all see something from the hat is the hat is a tether to outside of this? And maybe the reason I couldn't see anything from the hat is because I'm not meant to be outside. I don't remember the three of you past a week ago.
I'm gonna go to my Davos and touch him to see if he's real.
Right, touch him. He feels real.
Poke on the nose.
He's like, thank you. That's a good test. I don't remember the three of you from more than a week ago.
Well, we were new at the academy.
Yeah, but you would have had to have visited and signed up, and I would have seen you before, or at the very least heard of some of you.
With your nose in the books. I don't know.
Well, that's possible. I mean, certainly I don't pay that much attention, but surely I would have heard the names or remembered some interaction with you.
I'm trying to think back, like, did we sign in? What was the first day like entering an academy?
And
now I'm
that's
trying
the
to think
thing,
back.
Like you feel like those events occurred, but when you go to draw those cards out of your deck of memory, they're blank.
Jabetta, do you recall the first day you arrived here?
I don't. Redan, can you tell us what it was like? You said you remember everything. Why does he remember everything?
It was very sunny day. There were no clouds in the sky.
And so I'm going to do insight. My insight's awful, but let's see what happens.
I never win these, so let's just assume.
My insight's usually bad, so you know more.
Yeah. You get the impression that he's just fucking around again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, my 20's on an insight? Dang it.
That's funny.
Thanks, Redan.
You know he's a lying-ass boy.
Oh, I go and I do that finger pointing and being like, you lying son of a gun. Even though, what's a gun? I don't know.
All right, so...
Son of a barbarian.
Okay, so honestly, do you remember anything?
No.
Okay, so he doesn't remember. We've got this hat. You weren't affected by the hat.
Nothing's real.
Okay, nothing here is real, but I think
The
that you guys
hat's
are real.
real, though. And we're real.
But it didn't have, when I cast detect magic, I didn't detect any magic.
Whenever we touched a hat, is there any more memories that flood, or was it just that one-time thing?
It was just that one time kind of burst. And then we could scry.
Pardon?
Okay.
Come to my room. And he runs up to the keep, and he runs inside and goes up to his room.
I'm following him full force, fast as I can.
And walking and drinking.
once he arrives up in there, there's this. He's got a table with a crystal ball on it.
Where's his room?
It's inside the main keep area.
To the main keep.
Yep.
Sorry.
Whee!
My little icon.
This is not fun time.
It's a map. We can
The
move our
world is
players.
literally shattering around us.
Slightly.
Just ever so slightly. He goes inside. He's got this crystal ball laid out. He says, "I know. May I please have the hat?"
But I found it.
I know, and you can have it back. I need it for the spell.
Don't hurt it!
I won't hurt it.
I'll give it to him.
Thank you. And he takes it and sets it next to the crystal ball, and he sets up a ritual spell, and he begins to cast it. And as he does, you see images of this black sand desert. And you see the man that you saw in your image, in your memories,
Where is this?
walking
It's him.
with another man who looks like a younger version of the man who just performed the ritual.
Wait, that's you and him and
he's-
the man.
He sees this and goes pale, and he falls over into a chair.
You've met this Koshano.
This
And
guy gets
almost-
around. What in the world?
Well,
Almost
let's
like
explain.
someone plugged in a generator. Your memories erupt to life
What?
of everything that has happened, and everything returns for you.
Holy shit, you're... And Jobetta, like,
You!
grabs him by the collar again. All of this, every single bit of this is because of you.
Because of me?
I draw my bow and arrow. I'm like, get us the hell out of here, Blackwind.
I don't know what. I need you to fill me in.
I'll tell him the everything.
You tell him the everything.
Yeah, I tell him the everything.
The everything.
It's the you know, us coming here, the history of the you know, the keep, what happened, what he did.
And yeah, like, this is wrecking him. Everything you're telling him is.
And then there's probably a point in there where Jabetta's like, and then Penny wants to save you, but it's like, I don't.
Penn thinks you could still be good. He wants to
Yeah,
save
there's
you. I don't
probably
know
a
if
bit,
that's,
yeah.
but you know, and it's things and stuff and things.
Yeah.
So you lay all that out for him.
Yep. Ever so abruptly too. Jobetta is not pulling.
Yeah,
any
like
stops.
like in classic Gilbetta fashion.
Yeah.
There's no there's no
Like-
kid gloves.
like, you
Nothing is
fucked
sugar
up.
coated.
You fucked up.
I'm surprised you didn't
Like-
say, and you called me a bitch.
I do. Oh, that's mentioned. Oh, that's mentioned.
I would like to think she opens with "Listen here, you little bitch."
Yeah, that's yeah. Like
Choking him. Returning
Yeah.
the favor.
10 damage points of constriction damage in my trance, you bitch.
He apologizes over and over again as you're telling him these things, and he's just like, and it's just like this long, drawn out, like you explain all these things that have happened and all these things that he's done, and he's just drained in this chair. He's pale and just dealing with everything that's been conveyed to him.
I throw down my bow and arrow and I go and I punch him across the face. We're like, you need to figure this out now, Moldavos. Because I have a thing. Like, Spoonie is in trouble. Last time I saw him before this happened.
Spoonie's in trouble.
Shadows came out of him and then we were here.
Is the hat still there?
Yeah, the hat's still there.
Okay. Does it look like it's powering? Are we still seeing anything, or is it over? Was it like a?
You're still seeing it. You're seeing Koshano and this other person who looks like the younger version of this guy sitting in front of you, going up to some bizarre, like oily black living pyramid and going inside.
Do you think it's a past memory or a natural event occurring?
It should be what's happening right now.
Wait, Koshano's with you.
So it's present.
Is the hat? How is the hat in all of this? Is this because it's obviously Koshano's hat?
It must be something meant to. I need a minute.
I slap him across the face.
We don't really have a minute. That's not really.
I know, but I'm in there.
Bloody
and this
wizard
is happening at the same time, and apparently I'm also a supervillain, so that's a lot of news. And my friend Spoonie is in trouble, and I'm also a murderer. And I'm in two places at once, and she's hitting me, and everyone is yelling at me. I don't know.
The privilege to complain right now. Solve this damn mess now.
Okay, well, to be fair, everyone's not yelling at you. Dan's just kind of standing in the corner brooding. But
yeah, no, I'm standing there going like nothing's real, like full existential crisis.
Poking things.
Yep.
This broke me.
Is that real?
So here's Koshano's there with you and you're here with us. That's like a past you there. I know damn sure that Koshano would not spend that much time with you and not tell you what a piece of shit he thinks you are. So It's really weird that you don't know anything.
You're assuming that's real.
Do you recognize anything in the location they're at right now, at least?
I don't recognize anything. I don't know that place, but it fills me with dread.
Damn
There's
it.
another version of me there. I don't think this is time travel because it doesn't fit in the only noted past instance of time travel by other wizards, cataloged by Fizzbang Wazzlepot.
Fizzbang? Wait! Fizzbang was a time What the hell is happening?
And this doesn't fit with those notes.
Maybe something's in the mage tower for us.
Okay. So, when you live your life, you go through different versions of yourself. Right?
So
like you're not the same version of yourself that you were when you were born.
Well, dude, that was 300 years ago, so no, probably not.
But in 300 years, how many versions of yourself have you gone through? How many different Gilbettas has there been?
Don't
get to the fucking point.
There was a thing with my ex.
There were.
Ex.
Shut up.
Okay, we don't need to go into it. The point is, I know of 3 versions of me. The me I was at Candlekeep, the me I was when I was a boy, and the me I was when I joined the Avalon Knights.
Okay, well, I know a couple more versions.
Okay.
So which version is that? That
is the young me. That is me as I existed at Candlekeep.
Okay. Well, there's also the version of you that's a lich and a wraith. So.
Okay.
Take us to Candlekeep then. I don't know.
And I've seen the version of you that's a lich and a wraith. We fought you in a big meat suit.
Such a fucking asshole. Do you know that?
I'm very sorry.
Well, that's not helping. It's really not helping.
very angry right now.
Yeah, you don't think I am?
I didn't mean to do
My
any
best
of
friend
those
is
things.
trapped in there with a fucking monster.
Oh.
Everyone's in trouble. It's not just Koshano, but everyone that was on Cherry's ship.
We don't, well,
No,
but
what
we don't
happened to
know
them?
that. Maybe they're just living out another reality like we were, and they're fine. We don't know. Like,
Okay. The spell I did, what do you know about it?
The spell.
oh, I know that you fucked it up.
Okay. What else do you know about
You
it?
were trying to do some sort of, oh god, I should have listened to Ben.
The book!
The book. Yeah.
The book?
The book that I totally picked up.
And it's you look down and it's still in your hand.
Yeah. This book.
What's this?
And he opens it up and sets it on the table.
Okay, don't do it. Don't.
I go at a distance to pick up my bow and arrow again and be like,
Everything's moving.
"Caution."
Everything's moving a bit slowly. You ever play like an online game and you've got a lot of lag, so the graphics take time to instantiate around you?
Mhm.
That's what the world feels like right now. Like he opens the book and it takes time for the words to appear on the book.
What is that? Okay.
Everything it's the more we understand it, the more it breaks down.
Okay, so there was. Alright. You absorbed a shadow dragon, which
That-
I assume
that
is
must-
related to the other shadow dragons that we were just talking about.
Yeah, that must happen shortly after this moment.
Yeah.
And the spell must be in here.
So, okay. So,
But if I got it wrong,
yeah, I don't think you. I hate saying this. Oh God, Ben. I don't think you were trying to absorb it, but that's what you did.
okay,
Can you not remember anything past? Nothing in the future for you. Nothing at all.
I don't remember.
I
a lot of
tried.
it's-
Well, but if he's
A lot
with
of it's coming back, but I know that after this mission, we go up north. There's a shadow dragon. I do the spell in this book,
incorrectly.
and I don't remember anything after that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what. So we know that based on the way that it seemed, there was a thing where you absorbed the shadow dragon, and then it seemed like you just turned on everyone at the academy.
So
Corvan's dead. You killed Corvan.
thank you. Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm stating facts here.
I understand that.
Why are we here? Are we here just to kill time, or are we here to solve something in order to get out? Are we supposed to go by what you remember and go north for this dragon? Are we supposed to defy what happened to you, or let things happen the way it was?
I don't think. No. Oh, no. I have a really bad feeling that we have to let his story play out. Something. What is it Koshano always says? Something about. Oh, God. Something about stories. I don't know. I don't really listen to. God, I miss him. I don't really listen to him when he talks for ages.
If I am if I am here and I'm also in there and I'm also this monster, maybe what I got wrong, whatever I brought about from getting it wrong, took the versions of me that it couldn't use and threw them away.
What, like
So,
garbage?
like, this version of the one I'm looking at right now is trash? Is that?
For lack of a better description, I guess, yes.
From the spell's perspective and the monster's perspective.
So if I got it wrong, but I can remember the spell, and you're here, and this is the memory that exists for this version of myself, then you can read the spell with me and help us understand what we're dealing with.
Can you do that,
Right?
Jessica?
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
But what if she reads it wrong and something bad happens to her?
Well, we don't need to do the spell, but maybe
just
we
need
can
to try to decide.
figure out where I went wrong.
Yeah. I don't know, and I don't even know the nature of this, but I really fucking hope you weren't trying to absorb that thing. There's something, when we were in the Wailing Tomb, there was something about a ritual that clears and destroys the essence of a lich.
I know that reference. I've heard of the Wailing Tomb.
Yeah, I was there. We found a coin that channeled. It looked like it was used to channel the essence of a lich.
Okay, I thought the Wailing Tomb was just a crypt for like paladins and clerics and stuff.
No, there's they built like a secret under Owenstone. Lord Zelos built like a secret underground.
I don't know who those people are, but I
That's
do know
fine.
the name Zelos.
Yeah, he's. We're pretty sure he's the same guy that's been alive for thousands of years.
Wait, what do you know about Zealous?
Okay, this is a lot to take in.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, there was they built a whole underlevel of the Wailing Tomb that had to be opened with a certain tune, played on a certain instrument.
That seems exhaustingly specific.
Yeah, you have no idea. And we saw these images of what happened there, and they were trying to channel the essence of this lich into a phylactery, and then the guy turned on them, released some basilisks, and everybody died. Super fun time.
That sounds like an incredible story.
So
and he looks at the book, and you can see these rituals are kind of laid out in the book. Will you help me read this?
Sure. Doesn't really look like I have a choice if I want to save all of us and Koshano. It seems.
Beta, are you in any way getting contact with Selune at all here?
You there?
And you are just now realizing that the connection is there, but it is faint.
Yeah, not really. We're a long ways away.
What can we do to help, or we'll just
let's put our heads together and all of us. I mean, maybe one of us.
I feel like. Hold on, I have a thing. Redan, I'm very sorry about this. You have fucked us over with ancient magics before. Can you please move to the other side of the room?
No, you're being very rude.
He's
she's being pretty accurate.
Channeled an ancient god, and then listen to it all into trapping us in a spell. And look, all I'm saying is you have a bad past with ancient magic.
You're on a hard book ban.
This is for not only your safety, but our safety as well. And I'm sure you want to ensure our safety.
We don't know where we
would
are.
want to
We don't
ensure
know
your
if that
safety.
ring of protection works.
I would want to ensure your safety if any of you were real.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Well, then if we're not real, then you won't really lose out on anything if you stand in the fucking corner. So.
Where's Crawford, Redan? No idea. All right, let's.
We are not. We are the only real ones here. All of us in this room. We've determined that.
Redan doesn't seem to believe us on that.
I'm gonna throw Bardic Inspiration on Jabetta, so when she reads this book, she can do well. It's probably not gonna do anything, but you never know.
All right. So yeah, the book is open on the table.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You can do this.
I guess before we do this, I'm gonna ask Blackwind exactly, Moldavos, exactly what it is I need to be looking for.
Okay. Just read it with me and see if you can determine what it does.
Okay, yeah, sure. Guess I'm gonna read an ancient magic book. Cool.
I can help with this.
Any help would be desirable.
I'm going to shift my focus so that I can read whatever the fuck language this is.
All right. This is very ancient language, but an Arcana check would help you determine the way the spell works.
All right, Jabetta, you get to roll a d8 to help.
Get a D8 bonus on your 19.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can roll a d8. So, it's a 23.
All right. So he reads it over and he says, from what I can decipher, this is a spell that will allow me to absorb the essence of a powerful creature. If utilized. So that's what he tells you as it reads, as he understands it.
If utilized.
That's exactly what we don't want.
That's what fucked you over.
Gilbetta, your read of it with that roll. This is in fact a spell that binds your essence to what is known as the Void Hungerer.
Okay.
I'm imagining that she's actually doing that instead. Like, okay.
Yeah. No, because Gilbetta is like, I'm putting things together in my brain.
Ignore that.
What?
I don't want to ignore that.
Ignore that. That was a thing I touched by accident.
Gilbetta's like putting things together, and she's like, things are making sense. Okay. And then she's going to share that. She's going to say, this doesn't absorb an essence, it binds it to you. And the what did you call it?
The hungering void.
The hungering void. Does that ring any bells for anybody?
Okay.
Is that thing we saw? Is Koshano in the void?
Okay.
Okay, talk.
So, if I'm reading this all correctly.
Which apparently you didn't.
Yes. I didn't read the spell correctly. I bonded myself to this hungering void lord.
Good.
And that was it.
Why didn't you let anyone help you when you were trying to read these books? My goodness.
That was it. I did it wrong.
Yeah, really.
And that was where it went wrong.
Is there any way for us to reverse this? To sever this connection?
I think if we wanted to do that, we have to go there.
I knew he was.
And he points at the crystal ball.
If Jabetta read any more, is there any more information that can come out of it? Or no? Pretty much it.
A lot of it is just, what it will do when it's released. Continue devouring essences.
Yeah, that
So on and
sounds.
so forth.
This sounds exactly like our guy that.
This
absorbed
is
stuff
our guy.
and built an undead army. Like this.
I want. Oh my god!
This is
Yeah.
all sounding on brand.
I want to talk to Moldavos and be like, and what about the rest of these? You just overlook that?
So would Gilbetta know if if he would have had any control over this whatsoever once after he had fucked this up?
Your understanding of it is that you become a vessel for that being's intentions. And it will root through you and find the things that it likes, that it can attach to, and amplify those things.
Jabetta's freaking out because knowing that, she's thinking of all of those bits of Koshano that this thing would love to just take over. And she's like, oh no, this is bad.
It roots through the traits of you that it finds useful and amplifies those traits and carves out and discards everything else.
So it's true that it discarded the good parts of him, basically.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in the book on how to end this? Reverse it? Anything in the book? Dispel it?
It says once someone is connected, to kill the host.
I look at my Davos.
Yeah, that's not good. This is not looking good for you, buddy.
We need to kill me. I mean, not this me, but
Not
that
this
me.
you. That, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We could try, but I don't know if this me will do it.
I feel like we need this you to kill other you.
I'm gonna pinch him to see if he feels pain.
Ow! Yes?
He's real. He's real. I mean, that's not... Okay. So I feel like we need you to kill bad you. And Koshano's with young you. Maybe also trying to kill bad you. So we gotta get the fuck in there.
So I have to find a way to get the three of you to go meet up with Koshano and me so that we can all team up to go kill me.
Can you teleport us?
Yes, that does seem like...
Wait, Moldavas, how much control do you have in this area? Can you
don't
imagine something?
know.
Can you just imagine a simple bottle of wine to appear? It's first thing popped in my head. My fault. Sorry.
Okay, let's just test this. Okay. All right.
If not my bottle, then that girl you like. You can really count on her.
Did anything come out?
I don't know. Did it? No.
Are you
Yeah,
really
well-
trying?
I'm trying, I swear.
He looked like he's about to shit himself.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I mean, you asked him to do it.
You should
so-
check your pants to see if you conjured shit.
I'm good. All right.
Maybe it has to be something that you actually desire. Maybe it can't be something that you just be like, oh, a bottle of wine. Maybe it has to be like something that you actually desire.
Well, maybe it has to be connected to a memory.
Or that.
Do you?
What do you remember?
Do we have anything that belonged to Blackwind? Any chance?
He's right here. We have
Oh
him.
no. Well,
After the keep was attacked,
Yeah.
we dispatched that necromancer and the Dracolich. And
Cassandra or something.
We had a celebration, and Tyru brought out the good wine, and there's a bottle of wine on the table now.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it's a memory thing. Don't drink that. And Giovanna moves it from out in front of them. Like she's like, don't. Okay, so it's a memory thing. So
I guess keep remembering shit.
Well,
we need something specific. I feel like there's a specific.
This might be a building block too.
You don't? Do you remember Do you remember performing the ritual? I know that's kind of in the future for you.
I remember planning it. I remember thinking that we can't beat this, and I don't want my friends to die.
Right. With you there.
Can you imagine the ritual on the floor here that we can see?
I could put it together, but I don't know if I should, knowing what it does now.
But
If
we
we're
know
if we're
how-
already inside of this and we try to bond ourselves,
Yeah,
no,
bad.
no, yeah.
I don't know why you. Okay.
Ah,
Okay. So go. No, go ahead, Maldados.
well, it's me, right?
Uh-huh.
So I must still have some kind of connection to it.
Fair.
There must be something. Maybe this isn't like the discard pile. Maybe this is the prison. Like you lock the pieces away so they can't
that you don't
interfere.
like. I mean, that makes sense.
do you remember the first thing you absorbed?
It was the shadow dragon.
Right, but do you remember it?
I remember going up and having the intention, knowing that we couldn't defeat it.
Right.
Because it had lived in the Shadowfell for quite some time.
But do you remember the moment that you absorbed it? The feeling.
Let me try. And he thinks hard about it. He's like, I do.
What happened with all those?
I remember feeling the ritual. Oh.
What?
Partway through.
One more time?
Partway through. I could feel it taking over.
What did you
knew,
do?
But it was too late to stop.
You couldn't win against it.
And then it's like being dragged down into a dark pit. And then blackness. And as I'm being dragged away, I feel fear, hate, anger, all of it growing, rising inside me.
Was it yours or the creature's?
It was mine. But it was...
amplified?
Yes.
Was it over time or in that instant?
In that instant.
I feel like that was the process of it amplifying the things it liked the most about you.
So...
So,
all right.
Can you focus on what feelings went away in that moment?
When you think about what you can do to make things better for the people around you, the things that keep you from the most extreme measures, those inhibitions, those things that make you stop and say, wait, maybe this is too far. Those were the first things to go. And then it was anger, it was jealousy, it was the desire to become stronger than any other being.
Your ego took place.
I think I know how to get us out of here.
Bloody fucking time.
Okay. Let's go kill me.
Okay, look, before we leave this, I feel like it should be said at this point, before we go kill you, I don't know what impact that's going to have on a lot of things. And they may not agree, but it's important for you to know that I forgive you, because this was clearly a mistake and not an intentional harming like we have thought it was since we've learned about this.
And pauses for a moment. Well, thank you.
And you should know there's a young man named Penathan Wright that is the reason that we ever attempted to save you in the first place. He believed from day one that something wasn't right. Of course he was right. Smart little asshole.
Well, I don't forgive myself.
That's fine. I wouldn't either. If it were me that had done this, I wouldn't forgive myself.
I don't forgive myself because everything that it made stronger inside of me was still inside of me. And those worst parts of myself have become as ugly now as they've always been.
But we all have those things. That's what this creature does. We all have those things. We all have anger and fear and hatred.
Well.
But he took yours from the depths of your soul and amplified it.
I'm not going to let the darkest parts of myself kill any more of my friends.
You better not.
I agree with that. Not necessarily her tone that I agree with, but I agree with what she said.
I agree with the message, but not the tone.
I don't agree with the subtext. But let's. Right. I want to go save Koshano, that man right there, and if we can still see him, I point to like.
Let's go to where it happened. I think that will connect the two places. And you guys step outside, and there's a cart waiting for you.
As we walk towards the cart, I want to bring up. Maldavos mentioned Zelos, right?
Yeah.
I hope I'm not repeating things, but what did he say about Zelos? What
he said he recognized that name.
Never met him. Okay. Just checking. Just recognize the name only.
Let's go. And the cart takes off to the north. And we're going to take a little break right there. Some heavy shit going on.
Some heavy shit going on.
It needed to be said. I'm sorry. It needed to be said.
A couple other things need to be said. One, for those of you who are just joining us, please give us that follow, because when we get to 800 followers, we'll be doing our next giveaway. Mm-hmm. We'll be doing another one at 900 and another one at 1,000. And hopefully every 100 after that. We've got to get some more sponsor giveaway.
We're working on it. We'll get some stuff.
So if you or anyone you know has great prizes that would be great giveaways for our every 100 followers giveaway, hit us up, mercsofmischief@gmail.com. But also make sure you follow so you catch when we go live, because we have other shows. We've got our show tomorrow night that takes place in the same world. All these people that are being talked about right now, they're tomorrow. That's Penn is tomorrow. And so you'll go on Penn's feelings field trip tomorrow.
The Team Warlocks.
Yes, on Too Many Warlocks. We also have another show on Tuesday nights. That's the Deadland show. We also have a show that's running every other Thursday, which is Clockwork Dominion. That's a system you may not have heard of, but it has been around for a few years, and we actually have the creator of the system, Deciphering, who is GMing that game. So you'll see myself and her down there, and her right here, and that guy up there, playing as characters in a steampunk Victorian gothic horror game. Also, 1 week from tonight, right here, for those of you who came in a couple of weeks back when we had the Joe Cat episode of Too Many Warlocks, you're going to want to come back because we're having the Dingo Doodles episode of Mercenaries of Mischief. And where it is, she's going to be playing a certain wild magic sorcerer you may be familiar with, so you're not going to want to miss that.
Might be the guy from the show.
Hope we all live through this so that we have nice characters for her to play with.
It might be the end of our team, depending on what happens.
If you survive.
TPK.
All right.
So, yeah, we don't roll many wild magic tables in this Sunday show, but it's about to change.
Oh yeah, next week. I'm
But yes, so stay tuned. We've got a little video for you during the break so that we can keep you entertained, and we'll be back shortly after the short rest. Now we're back.
Back.
Welcome back. When last we left our heroes.
You liked that pen? You're welcome.
Yeah, and we're back. When last we left our heroes, emotions. So many emotions. Blackwood was forgiven, and everyone was brought.
By Jabetta only.
Yeah, by Jabetta only.
Yeah, I was gonna say by 1 out of 2 out of 4, 2 out of 8 if you count all of us and include Pin and the Warlocks.
So you're on this long journey up north, and you now have a flying horse and cart because it has been instantiated from a previous memory.
Is it Lady
This
Bella?
would be so convenient to have all the time as just a skill.
Can we make it Lady Bella?
It's just a different flying horse.
He's like, I don't know who that is. This is actually a Pegasus.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I'm okay with cute.
This is a Pegasus. Her name was Windsong. But she's no longer with the Academy.
Oh no, that's sad.
And he's very quiet on this trip to this place.
No sadder than riding with Moldavos to kill Moldavos. Weird fucking world we live in.
This is, yeah. And eventually you're brought to this place that looks like the ruins of some kind of giant hold. He says it was in here. This is where they found the portal to the Shadowfell. And this is where the Black Shadow Dragon came to kill the intruders.
So what do we do now that we're here?
There should be an opening in here. This is the moment. This is the point where I stop being this version of myself and I become this other thing.
A jackass.
Yes.
That's him, Koshano, they're all jackasses. They're men.
Coming from you, that's a large statement.
I still like it though.
I don't even know what that means. But anyway.
He leads you guys forward. And you move on into this ruined building, and you come to this large chamber, and there is this just oozy, oily black substance kind of spread out on the floor, like almost like a growth. And it's thick, almost like it's alive and moving.
That's gross.
This is it.
That stuff. Is
Yeah.
it or what?
Yes.
So what do we just jump in or what?
I think I maybe have to open it. And he closes his eyes and puts his hands out. And you can see, as soon as he's attempting it, visually you can see it respond. Almost in a defensive manner. And it starts to open slightly as he attempts to pry against it. Meanwhile, Koshano, as you've entered this place with as you enter this place with the younger Moldavos, almost immediately as you walk in, there is this darkened stone walkway that leads to a set of stairs and a blackened throne. And extending up from the back of the blackened throne in a V shape going upward is all just this thick, black, oily substance that extends out all the way up the wall, and it just goes upward beyond where you can see in the pyramid. And you can see images, you can see portions of it moving and hands and faces coming out like things are struggling to get out of it. And it comes down to the throne, and seated in the throne is the Blackwind that you know. But he's even different now than you've seen him. Half of him has been replaced by this oily goo, and the other half is clearly still very lich-like, like it's skeletal, it's rotted away. This is Blackwind, several months after burial, is what it looks like. And you can see the tendrils in thick veins going across the rotted skeletal portions, almost like they're being consumed.
I'm sure this thing has seen us walk in, right? There's no...
Yeah, it's looking right at the two of you, and you notice that there is also a pedestal up near this throne. And this pedestal has that black goo creeping up to it, and it is lashing around a lit orb like it's trying to penetrate it. And floating inside that lit orb is a black short sword.
I'm going to address the thing on the throne. Hail and well met, fellow traveler. I suppose the name we've been calling you by isn't quite accurate, is it? I am Koshano the Quick of the Avalon Knights Academy, and whom might I be addressing?
I know who you are. Why weren't you eaten? Why weren't you devoured, destroyed like all the remnants of those people I used to call?
Well, see, we all have questions, and this is why I'd like to talk.
We know who you are.
I would like to know who you are.
It's like one voice talks out of one side and one voice talks out of the other side.
Well, we, and I gesture to both myself and young Blackman, would very much like to know who or what you are.
I am the Void.
Which void? There's many.
The Void. The one before all things. The blackness before creation.
Well, that certainly changes things. And I assume, and just jump forward a couple steps here, creation disturbs you?
I am hungry. All things must rejoin me.
Right. So, what can we do to find a mutually beneficial situation here? I mean, if all things rejoin you, will you really be satiated, or will you just lust for more things to be created so that you can consume them?
We eventually will run out of things, and then we can exist. Why are you wasting your time? Kill him! He cut us. He hurt us. We need our vengeance.
I mean, to be fair, I really think it's this one's, unwillingness to bond that's caused most of your problems.
It was discarded. It was not useful.
And now you find yourself in the situation with a certain thing.
He is too weak.
He is pretty weak. It's true, but I mean, he bested you, didn't he? Still exists.
He was allowed to exist.
Why is that?
Because without him, the host could not survive.
Interesting. So what precisely is the host?
Maldavos Korthek Blackwind.
So without the host, you can't exist. And I kind of
It is our tether to this world.
I look over at Blackwind as I say this. So if someone were to desire to destroy you to make things right, there's other lives that could more easily be ended to bring that situation about, is there not?
You cannot destroy a memory.
I start elbowing Blackwind and gesturing towards the dagger in his hand, and then gesturing towards his own neck. Do you have the courage?
He grabs the dagger, and he goes to jam it into his own heart. And he does so. And like, you're just a memory. And then he runs up the stairs and starts going for the sword.
All right, draw my sword. Shit.
He runs up the stairs, goes for the sword, and as he goes to the sword, all of this black goo in this place comes alive. And tendrils latch onto him and to you, trying to pull you guys and hold you in place.
I'm going to move away from the tendrils to whatever the most open-looking area of the room is for now, because, fuck, I'm thinking on my feet.
All right, well, he is lashed up. And next up, back in the other world, the portal opens.
Cool. Okay, but point of clarification. Do I still have the hat?
Yeah.
Okay. So before the portal opens, Gilberto would put the hat on and be like, "Let's go." fucking sake, Koshano.
All right.
And kill you, I guess. I don't.
So you go in. And in the other world, this cascade, this black goo that goes up the wall, out of it tumbles out Dobetta, Redan, Lilith, and yet a third Blackwind.
They're multiplying.
It's like that Spider-Man meme where they point at each other.
Into the spider, yeah. Like, oh, man.
Are we rolling initiative or are we just
I'm
doing
like,
shit?
I guess when we tumble in, I would be like, hey!
All right, let's roll some
We
initiative.
made it.
Oh, that thing is disgusting.
Hey guys! It's real bad.
Koshano.
Okay, wait. So, point of clarity. Am I still basically where we left off? Have I gotten a short rest or any rests?
No.
Okay. Fuck me. Do I still have that ring that Redan gave me, the ring of protection that adds 2 to my AC?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Was it 2 or 1?
I'm
thought
hard
it
to
was
hit.
It was 1. Yeah.
Oh, it was 1? Okay. Still pretty hard to hit. Okay.
That's not right.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
She sucks. Fucking A. Oh.
Let's stack up these initiatives.
Oh, God. I got a half health.
Hey, Koshano, what's your AC?
At the moment, 17.
Okay. Weird. Oh, now I know what I did wrong. Whoops. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So, all right. There she is.
Yeah.
Uh,
So weird.
9 and 7. All right. So, first up is a tie between Redan and Blackwind.
Oh, good.
Which
Nice.
Blackwind?
All of them.
That's a good
Oh.
answer.
Interesting.
Oh boy.
So you've tumbled out into this place, and you're first to go, Redan.
I don't have a map up. Is that?
No, there's no map right now.
Okay. Okay.
This is the game of
How
mine.
close am I?
You are in front of this throne with this kind of like half and half Blackwind and this oily black shit all over the place.
Is it obvious which Blackwind is like the one that needs to be smashed?
Well, this one is covered in black shit and clearly looks like he's part lich.
All right. Well, I'm going to go into a rage.
Okay.
I think we said it's an action to activate my stone tattoo,
Okay.
and then I'll swing and go for a hit for the third.
Okay.
Boo, boo, boo. Rage, stone form. Crit fail.
Oof. So you go in for your swing, and this black goo comes up in waves and just absorbs the attack and then pulls away.
And I'm going to yell out, I'm not comfortable with this.
And then black goo moves to lash at all of you and tie you up.
What?
So
Do I have a reaction? I don't. No reactions.
there are 4.
Glamour bards. Oy.
All right, so for Koshano and Jobetta, that's 12 and 16. And for Redan and Lilith, that's 27 and 26.
Yeah,
This
shockingly,
is
that
against
is
AC.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, they 20 anything above 20 hits. Holy
All right,
shit.
so Redan and Lilith, you are bound up in this goo and you are held.
All right.
I really, really hate this guy now.
Blackwind makes a AK Blackwind makes a run for young Blackwind.
Oh, this is gonna get so confusing
Right?
in a minute.
So I've already there's AK Blackwind, young Blackwind, and Lich Blackwind. Let's go with that.
Okay.
AK Blackwind makes a run for young Blackwind. He is attached and lashed up too, and they're both lashed up together. Once he's lashed up, he calls to the young Blackwind and says, "It's still us. We can control it. Focus." And then the one in the chair is like, "Shut up. You should have all been absorbed and died."
He hit a nerve.
All right. Next up. Next up is Lilith.
Can
You are
I,
held.
when they're having this conversation, can I use my reaction to just yell in here, like, focus on freeing the blade?
Okay.
Okay,
Wait,
so
how's
it's
it Lilith?
touching me.
This thick black tendrils that have just wrapped around you.
And it's connected to the Lich Blackwind.
Yeah, it seems like it makes up this entire place.
Please let the tide be in my favor. All right, if it's touching me, I am casting Bestow Curse.
Okay. All right.
Fuck you, Blackwind.
Thou art cursed.
Double
I can't remember how wizards, if they're wisdom, you have to pass this, wisdom 16.
Wisdom 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Blackwind and the ageless entity. It passes the wisdom save.
Damn it! Come on.
If age is truly wisdom, this guy has all the wisdom. Also, Jabetta, you no longer have the hat after passing through the portal.
Oh.
I know. I'm sorry.
No. And I
That
guess
can be
my
only
next-
one!
I guess my next move would be if I just want to know if I casted the I think it's Mantle Inspiration where I give everyone a temporary 8 HP,
Okay.
and then they get the reaction to move. Are they able, like right now, try to unbound themselves, and then they get to do it again on their turn?
No, because they would need a save. They would
Well,
need a
yeah,
save
but they
loose,
get to attempt to get to beat that save or whatever.
Well, they would get an attempt to move, but they would need a saving throw to get out of the hold.
Yeah. Meaning they get twice the chance then when it's their turn. Is what I'm saying.
I suppose.
Okay.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Why not?
All
We'll see
right.
what happens.
But yeah, hopefully we'll all get unbound then. Well, at least
Um,
you guys will. I can't move. So
yeah, I'm not. I'm also fine, and Koshano
You're
is fine.
oh, it's just me and Redan, isn't it? Oh, and you have high strength save. No, it's just me. Oh fuck. No, okay. All right. Fuck it. I'm still giving you guys 8 HP.
Okay.
So you get to move now. Move where you want to go. Take your reaction. Move.
right.
And
Next up-
Redan, you can try to see if you can wiggle out of the entanglement.
Strength check.
Not until your turn.
Oh.
He said that.
Oh, I misheard. Damn it, ears.
It's okay.
Damn it, ears.
It's okay. You'll get there. It's going to be all right.
No, I just don't understand English.
I mean, if we're getting free movement, I'm moving towards the pillar with...
Yeah, you guys are unbound. You guys can move as much as you like.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if I'm getting this bonus action movement shit
Yeah.
over here...
Yeah.
Wait, do I have to use my reaction, or do I get an extra reaction? Because I already used my reaction.
No, you're gonna use reaction right now to move. Right
Yeah,
now.
I already used
for-
my reaction.
No, it doesn't matter. It's basically you get to move
Okay.
now.
Well,
You
then I'm
now.
moving. Then I'm definitely moving to go get the Obsidian Soul Scepter.
All right, you move up to the pillar, and the sludge almost instinctively tries to move around it, but it's Jabetta, and then your turn. I fucked up the order. So Jabetta.
Okay.
Doesn't really affect that.
So is this all within? Like, how big of a space is this room?
It's big. It's you can't see the roof of it.
But are we all within, like, say, 10 feet of each other?
Not quite within 10
Or-
feet, because Koshano was a bit
20
further
feet.
back. 20 feet?
feet.
Yeah, maybe about 20 feet.
Okay. Well, Jabetta's gonna shink and use the Shield of the Full Moon power from
All
her
right.
shield that I'm trying to click on and failing miserably.
Okay.
I'm going to copy and paste it into the chat so it is there. So, for 10 minutes, all my allies get advantage on saving and attack rolls within 20 feet, and enemies within 20 feet have disadvantage on saving and attack rolls.
Perfect.
Nice.
So, I'm gonna do that. I assume, is that an action to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I will do that.
All right. So, Koshano, you get up to the pedestal with your movement, and the goo is it's reacting to try and protect the blade from you, to try and get it away from you.
I'm going to, I guess with my rape. Well, first I'm going to, I'm gonna bonus action off some words as I'm running to the two good black winds. I'm just gonna yell back to him. Remember, this is your story. You're the hero. Make this happen. And then as I run up there, I can't. Fuck it. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna reach in and try to grab the orb.
All right. You jam your hand through the goo to go grab the orb, and as soon as you dip your hand into it, and there's a moment of intense pain as this goo struggles against you, almost like it's producing thousands of barbs into your hand to try and stop you. And then as soon as you clutch the blade, there's a burst of light and it pops
Fuck yes!
off of you.
All right. Oh, got my baby back. Baby back.
And more tendrils come towards you, but they begin to slow and shudder.
I guess I already used my action, but if I can, I'm gonna swing it.
You can see the two black winds are focusing on trying to basically diminish its control.
I'll use any movement I have left to try to just move to an open space. How big is this area? How far am I from the throne?
It's the space itself is big, but like the portions that are covered in this goo kind of shape everything, and there's these floating walkways that lead up to this pedestal, and those are a bit smaller, but you still have a bit of space to walk around.
I guess I don't want to get too far from the throne, but I want to get to a space that's just open where I'm not in immediate danger of
Right.
being grabbed.
Yeah, you can get some distance between you and these things and kind of put yourself near the throne. And the two black winds, in response to what you've said to them, they've said, the young one says, I don't think we're the heroes. We had our chance and failed. And then the older one says, now it's your turn. And then the tendrils loosen, and Lilith and Redan, you are freed. And Redan, it occurs to you that Koshano is holding a lich-killing weapon, and it might be he's a very throwable person.
I was literally just thinking that.
I was hoping this is where this was going.
All right. So, Redan, you're up.
Okie dokie then. I'm going to run over towards Koshano.
Okay.
And I'm going to just be like, trust me on this. Pick him up and try to do the full-on, like, Koshano javelin.
All right. Fastball special. Koshano, how are you responding to this? You got your blade in hand.
This would be great if he really were a halfling. He's so tiny.
Right?
I'm big enough where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's pretty much these.
The question is, do I trust his accuracy in throwing weight?
Feel like you're not going to get much of a choice from Rodan on this one.
Well, if I felt resistance, I wouldn't. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, put some arc on it.
all right, arc her up. What am I rolling here? I don't have a Koshano in my.
Roll me an athletics check. To give me a strength athletics check.
Is this gonna like jump back to my turn in initiative when I'm flying through the air? We're gonna have to wait.
Yeah. Basically, this is gonna give you a bonus on your attack. Yeah. So
25.
yeah, with skill, he puts a perfect spiral on Koshano and fires him downrange.
So if as instructed, he puts some arc on it, because this thing's not stupid.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to size up this pitch.
Yep.
As I'm coming up towards sort of the zenith of the arc, I look right down at him and I say, "Bamf! Bonus action, Misty Step, right in his lap and fucking jam it in his heart!"
Right. So you go in and give me that attack roll with all the bonuses.
Oh, with all the, I don't even know.
Well, give me an attack roll with advantage, and I'll add the bonuses for you. But I mean, odds are you're probably going to get it.
Well, there. Okay, so here.
Yeah, that's.
I got so much shit stacked at this point. I can't miss. I hope.
No. So here's what happens. Rodan pitches him up in the air. As he's spiraling up in the air, he misty steps down to Blackwind, and there's a moment of surprise, and he pushes the blade in, and it goes right into the heart. And there's just this burst of energy. It's blasting out. It's blowing against you. The tendrils reach up and lash onto you from all sides, trying to hold you back as your blade starts to slip into him deeper and deeper. And it's holding you back now. And you can feel the will of the other Blackwinds fighting with you. And the energy that's coming off of it is so intense that you fear your body will break. And it starts to end as the Blackwind is staring at you in the one eye dead and one just blackness. You will die. This is where it ends for you. Do you really want to continue?
I start to smile. I start to laugh a little bit. It's what you never understood. Death is only the end. If you assume the story is about you. And I twist.
All right, you twist, and it's still holding you back a bit. The two Blackwinds say, "Help him!" and they shout out to the rest of you. Anyone? Anyone gonna help him drive this blade in?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I can move, yeah.
Yeah, you can move. You guys are all free to move. All the focus is on him right now.
I would like to run behind Blackwind and use my Ring of the Ram to try to just jam him.
Just push him forward? Okay. Yeah. All right, Jobetta, how are you going to assist?
I am, I'm behind Koshano, wrapping my hand around him in a hug as I put my hand on his and just...
On his elbow and try to push it in?
Yeah, just...
Lilith?
Is he holding on to the sword to prevent it from going deeper?
Yeah, basically all these tendrils are holding on to him, trying to push him back, along with these waves of energy that's coming off of the stab.
Okay, I'll stab the arms that are preventing the sword from going.
You're just trying to cut them loose so he can get free at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there's no more resistance.
Give me an attack roll. Jobetta, give me a strength assist. And Rodan, give me a Ring of the Ram attack.
And you said we all have advantage right now?
Yep.
So you want me to just do athletics?
Sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
Epic.
It's enough because you're all helping. So the whole team, gets together. Radan pushing from the back. Tendrils more every time the throne moves forward just slightly. More tendrils lash onto him. Jabetta hugging Koshano, tearfully trying to push his arm forward deeper into this cut. And at the same time, the two Black Winds call out in unison. Thanks for stopping us. Do better than we did. And the blade goes in. And there is a burst, an explosion of dark energy. Everything goes black for you guys. As it's coming apart, Jobetta, because you're closest,
Yeah.
you can feel Koshano coming to pieces in your arms.
Whenever there's a moment that I like, when he can still hear me, she's just gonna hug him as tight as she can and then say, "I love you."
Aw.
Just, "I love you, you stupid bastard. I love you, brother."
All right.
She's just holding on for dear life.
It all ends. There's a sound of air sucking in, and then, like somebody turned off all the lights in the world, everything goes black. Eventually, light returns to the three of you. And you're laying on the forest floor. Looking up at the sky, and light is coming through.
The three of you?
The three of you. Lilith, Radan, Jabetta. And as you start to look around, you notice that Spoonie is there. Black Cherry is there, and her crew. And all the other people that you brought with you on this adventure. And they're all waking up and looking around in the trees. The ruins of Black Cherry's ship lie all around you. And Jabetta, when you awaken, in your hand, there's a familiar ring. The one you always saw him wearing, the one that he asked everybody about.
I mean, is it look just like normal? I mean,
It's magical. You saw him ask people about it multiple times.
I mean, if I look at it, does it? Because I mean, he didn't hand it to me, right?
No.
Koshano's not there. I'm instantly going in a trance trying to find him.
Okay. Koshano no longer exists on this plane. Can't hear you.
Is he on any other plane?
You cannot locate him.
I'm going to instantly start crying.
All right.
I imagine Jobetta I imagine she's been crying since she helped him shove that sword in a Black Wind.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just staring at this ring. Like, how is this in my hand right now? I felt him rip apart.
Eventually, Spoonie comes up with Black Cherry and everyone else. And he sees you questioning holding the ring. He says, well, maybe you were just supposed to have it.
I guess I'll put it on.
All right. Well, looks like we won. Come on, guys. Let's go home. Slowly, somberly, everyone gets up off their feet. There's some choice pieces of the remains of the black cherry that are picked up from the forest floor. And a short while into the hike, Hem and Guy show up and learn of Koshano's passing, and everyone sadly makes their way back to the keep. When you arrive, all the preparations for the invasion are ready. Everyone's prepared to defend against the army that will now not come. And the somber tone spreads throughout the place. The group of clerics sent from another continent go about their work eradicating whatever leftover undead or lurking in the forest before heading home. A somber celebration takes place at the keep. One to celebrate an enemy defeated, and then another to remember a fallen member. Sharp gleefully reunites with Gibetta. And they weep together for the brother they lost. And they commemorate him. A small plaque is made. Then it's placed on the walls of the newly reclaimed keep. And it says, "The Keep of the Quick." He sacrificed to set things right. And in it all, as life slowly returns to normal in this place called the Avalon Knights Academy, an old man laid to rest in a bed in the basement of a shabby inn opens his eyes for the first time in a long time. And finally, after all this time, there's a warm, comforting, delicious meal laid out for everyone. That's where we're going to end a little early today.
I just want to say I would have my plate, and I would have a plate sitting next to me where Koshano would usually sit.
Oh yeah, that's going to be laid out. Thank you for joining us, everybody. A little bit shorter than normal today. Sorry for all the tears and stuff. But that's, we do a high emotion show here. So thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to give us those likes and follows. Be sure to check us out tomorrow to see how things went outside the bubble with Too Many Warlocks, and be sure to tune in next week because we will have special guest Dingo Doodles. We're going to put a time skip so we're not just mourning and sad the whole time. Make it a little bit more fun. And also be sure to check us out on all the social media where you can keep track of everything we got going on. We got a great Discord where we do some in-between game role play, which there's probably going to be a little bit of catching up between the next week, so you're going to want to check that out. And also give us those follows, because every 100 followers we do a giveaway of some kind of special item that we happen to get in. So we'll be doing one at 800 followers, another one at 900, and then after that, sky's the limit. We'll have new stuff coming in. We'll be able to let you know about everything's going on. So tune in tomorrow for Too Many Warlocks, and then on Tuesday for our Deadlands campaign. And we've also got on the 14th coming back Clockwork Dominion, run by the creator of the game, so that's a lot of fun. You'll see myself and Koshano in another character who is alive, and also Jabetta playing another character who is less sad. And so definitely check that out. I'll also be there and playing another character, and I'm a rascal. All right. So I think that's it. Until next time, a very somber class dismissed.
So vile, who soon put us into our place.